Finally, here we are at the top 3, which brings us to my personal favorite domain, Borca. Borca is ruled by 2 Dark Lords, Ivana Boritsi and Ivan Dilisnya. The domain is rife with people as poisonous as the plant life. People in Borca are only seen as aristocrats or laborers. The noble families must bow to nobles above them. In Borca, laborers scrape and fight to survive, while nobles use their land and wealth to pursue goals and just do it for the thrill of it. The people are venomous, but on the other side of the coin, Borca's landscape is just as venomous. The plant life of Borca has become utterly warped by the Dark Lord's experiments. All of this has given the domain a lore score of 8 out of 10. This domain is great proof you don't need a bunch of locations to be great. You just need a couple really good ones. Borca has 12 ruling houses. Each of these houses are expected to throw exquisite balls, banquets, bar mitzvahs, and other events that begin with the letter B. Borca's capital is Livacaris, a city where lesser nobles scramble to find a place in parliament, while the true greater nobles work around the law in secret back rooms and merchant shops. The other mainstay is New Ilven, a basic town for the common folks. It's fine, but its backstory is what makes it. One day, the entire town burnt down. No one was harmed in the incident, and no one died. But instead of rebuilding the town, they all moved and created New Ilven. People now rarely speak of the original hamlet, and even build roads to avoid its burnt remains. And lastly is the grim town of Sturban, an unfashionable settlement that tries to combat Borca's nobles by having a strict court system, where 5 nameless judges wear faceless masks and hear the plight of citizens. Adventures in Borca tend to involve the plant life or the nasty nobles. It is standard enough plot hook, but it also has a table of leverages, such as blackmail or threatening one of the PC's friends. These extra quests help get the players involved in the political intrigue that Borca has to offer. All of this gives it an adventure score of 9 out of 10. Borca doesn't have much in the way of horror, with only a 6 out of 10. But it still can bring the fright. The poisonous landscape can be horrifying if you use it correctly, and the cutthroat nature of the domain may also bring the fear. If the players enter into any noble's manor, you can bump up the fear with strange machinations being inside. Or, of course, noble blackmailing them or anything else they want to do to them. Lastly, are the domain's 2 Dark Lords, Ivana Boritsi and Ivan Dilisnya. They're called the Dark Twins, but they're both cousins that were born on the same day. Ivana was set to inherit her parents' perfume business, but her father found her unfit. Feeling wrong, Ivana poisoned her siblings so that her father would have no choice but to allow her to inherit the business. She also poisoned her mother after tricking Ivana's boyfriend into dating her, but that's neither here nor there. On Ivana's 18th birthday, her father wrote to her that her cousin Ivan was his heir. Ivana figured her father would try some sort of trickery, and so she released a vile poison upon the estate, killing her father and all the workers. As the poison filled the mansion, the mists rolled in. The other Dark Lord is Ivan, who spent his life acting like a childish, spoiled brat, indulging only in pleasure and joy. Ivan's sister, Christina, was much more eager to learn, and so, one day, on the same night that Ivana poisoned her father, Ivan's parents told Ivan of their plans to send his sister to a prestigious boarding school. That night, Ivan released clockwork horrors onto his family, and as he did that, the mists rolled in. Into the domain of Borca, Ivana is left permanently young, while Ivan is always aging, yet never dying. Ivana hates Ivan and has spent most of her time trying to poison him, but more often ends up poisoning townsfolk and innocent parties. Ivan, on the other hand, sees Ivana as his only friend and wishes that he could find more friends, but whenever he seems to find anyone, something unfortunate always happens to them. The only friends Ivan knows that he can keep are clockwork constructs that he is given by the dark powers. So, because of this, the pair of Dark Lords have a 10 out of 10.